evening, NWS Revolution members and viewers. This is your NWS Head of Talent Relations, Michael Cole. And your new NWS World Heavyweight Champion at 50% owner of the NWS Revolution, Mischief Mikey Miller. And today, me and Michael Cole are going to give you our NWS Revolution review. But first, Michael, I gotta upgrade my Instagram. Just bear with me and give me a second, please, if you don't mind. If you don't mind, I gotta make a couple changes. Just, just bear with me. Here you go. Here you go. It's been changed. Now, you were saying, now you were saying, Michael Cole. How do you feel? You were saying, Michael Cole, you were about to do your review? Yes. Okay. Oh, yes, Mikey. I'm gonna do the review with you, Mr. Co-owner of NWS Revolution. Okay. Tonight's show was hailing for the American Airlines Arena in Dallas, Texas. The commentators for the show were Joe Gowdy, Dan Lambert, and me, Michael Cole. And it starts off with RevolutionMania highlights from past manias are shown in a vignette. And fields leading up to RevolutionMania 10 in the office of NWS Revolution owner, chairman, and CEO Scott Casey Gale and NWS Director of Operations Jaden Miller. They welcomed the fans to the American Airlines Arena in Dallas, Texas. And then America the Beautiful is sung as well as the national anthem. As Joe Gowdy, Dan Evans, me, Michael Cole welcome the fans to the pay-per-view and go over the pay-per-view card. And the first match was for the NWS Tag Team titles. Jay Lawson and Noah Higgins with NWS Director of Operations Jaden Miller in the corner, Mikey's younger brother, defeated the Young Bucks, FTR, and Lance Archer and Brian Cage of the Don Callis family, with General Manager Don Callis. In a TLC match, tables, ladders, and chairs. Oh my. The NWS Tag Team Championship match was a high-stakes TLC, tables, ladders, and chairs match that saw Jay Lawson and Noah Higgins, accompanied by Director of Operations Jaden Miller, emerged victorious. They defeated a powerhouse lineup consisting of the Young Bucks, FTR, and a team of Lance Archer and Brian Cage, led by General Manager Don Callis. The match reached its climax when General Manager Don Callis attempted to intervene, but his interference ultimately backfired, allowing Lawson and Higgins to secure the titles and retain them. It says the script example RevolutionMania 10 NWS Tag Team Championships TLC match. The ring RevolutionMania 10. This is a wasteland of broken tables, twisted chairs. A massive ladder stands in the center. The NWS Tag Team titles hang high above. It says Michael Cole, and I say on commentary, Mike say this has been the absolute carnage. Brian Cage and Lance Archer have destroyed everything in their path, but Jay Lawson and Noah Higgins are still fighting. Then Don Callis says, Archer, get up. The titles are right there. Grab them for the family. Lance Archer begins a slow, painful climb up the ladder. Don Callis slides in the ring, grabbing a steel chair. He prepares to strike Noah Higgins as he crawls towards the ladder. Not tonight, kid. This belongs to me. Suddenly, Jaden Miller hops onto the apron, pointing a finger at Callis. Jaden Miller says, "Put that chair down, Don. You're overstepping. I'm the director of operations, and I'm ending this now." Now, Callis swings the chair at Jaden Miller, but Jaden Miller ducks. The chair bounces off the top rope and strikes Brian Cage, who was trying to help Archer. Cage falls backwards through a table on the outside. Dan Lambert on commentary. Total chaos. Callis just took out his own man. In the confusion, Jay Lawson springs up and delivers a massive spear to Archer, knocking him off the ladder. Noah Higgins scrambles up the opposite side. Callis tries to tip the ladder, but Jaden Miller pulls him back, allowing Higgins to reach the top. Joe Garley on commentary says, Noah Higgins is at the top. He's got them. He's got the belt. Higgins unhooks the titles as the crowd erupts. Lawson and Higgins celebrate on the ladder while a dejected Don Callis is escorted out by security, filming at Jaden Miller. Ring announcer, here are your winners and still the NWS Tag Team Champions, Jay Lawson and Noah Higgins. Wow, what a way to stop the show. You got to give credit to Jay Lawson and Noah Higgins for retaining the NWS Tag Team titles at RevolutionMania 10. What a way to stop the show. Oh yeah, it was a great match. It was a great way to stop the show indeed, Michael Cole. Jay Lawson and Noah Higgins. Like you said, they are doing wonders with the tag team titles. But here's the catch. Me and Ira challenge Jay Lawson and Noah Higgins for the NWS Tag Team titles this coming Friday on RevolutionMania Impact. And if me and Ira win, Mischief Mikey Miller will become an NWS Grand Slam champion. Think about that. I could add the tag team titles to my reign. I am a former NWS Hardcore Champion. I am a former NWS United States Champion. I am a former NWS Intercontinental Champion. I am the new NWS World Heavyweight Champion. Tag Team Champions. Just think about it, Cole. Think about it. The Mischief Mikey era is here. Anyway, great match. And then Jaden Miller, my brother, Jaden Miller is talking to Brian Fury as he tells Brian he is a fan of him and his in-ring work, and offers him a spot in the Destructive Patriots as Jaden also offers to be his manager. Brian accepts and shakes Jaden's hand. The Destructive Patriots, is that still a thing? Scott's little stable? That's still a thing? Really? And Jaden Miller's gonna manage Brian Fury? Really? Okay. It is what it is. But anyway, Brian Fury with NWS Director of Operations Jaden Miller defeated Psycho Mercer with General Manager Paul Heyman in the RevolutionMania 10 showdown between Brian Fury and Psycho Mercer. The tension between the front office and the locker room reached a boiling point, with Jaden Miller and Paul Heyman directing traffic from the corners. The match was much a psychological battle as it was a physical one. Script example: Brian Fury versus Psycho Mercer. The atmosphere is electric. Brian Fury is catching his breath in the corner, but Psycho Mercer stands ominously in the corner. Paul Heyman is pacing the floor, clutching a microphone. Paul Heyman, look at him. My client is deity. Fury is nothing but a cog in your machine, Jaden. Then Jaden Miller, Your deity is bleeding. Paul, the machine is about to crush him. I do a good impression, my brother. Then Psycho Mercer charges, but Fury catches him with a thunderous counter knee. Mercer stumbles back. Heyman screams for Psycho Mercer to stay focused. Seeing the referee occupied with Heyman, Jaden Miller slides a pair of brass knuckles towards Fury. Joe got it. Jaden Miller is playing dirty. He's tired of Heyman's games. Fury looks at the brass knuckles and looks at Jaden. He shakes his head, kicking him out of the ring. He wants to win his way. Psycho Mercer lunges with a desperation clothesline, but Fury ducks and hits the devastating signature finisher, the cerebral crash. Joe Gowdy, Fury didn't need the help. He's got him. 1, 2, 3. Ring announcer, the winner of the match, Brian Fury. This was a great match, and Jaden Miller understood why Brian Fury didn't use the brass knuckles. As the bell rings, Paul Heyman falls to his knees in disbelief. Jaden Miller enters the ring, raises Fury's hand, and stares down Heyman, signaling the Director of Operations area is firmly in control. As Jaden Miller says, checkmate Paul. Yeah, this was a really good match. Jaden Miller's got to play dirty because Don Callis plays dirty, because Paul Heyman plays dirty, and I played dirty. Jaden Miller is always copying off of people. My little brother can never do things on his own, Michael Cole. He's always got to copy off of people. I got to do something like that. I am still the NWS. I am still the permanent NWS Board of Directors Chairman, and I am now the 50% owner of NWS Revolution. I could find him, but you're going to see a whole, but this coming Friday in Revolution Impact, you're going to see a whole lot of changes. Anyway, Michael Cole, I believe the floor is yours, bro. Well, anyway, congratulations on Brian Fury on his win, and welcome to the Destructive Patriots, Brian Fury. And next is match number 3. Someone Asked Me Iowa with NWS General Manager Don Callis defeated NWS Director of Operations Jaden Miller with Scott Gale in his corner. First match was a back-and-forth straight-up wrestling match which ended in a DQ due to Iowa attacking the referee. Match 2, tables match. Jaden won by putting Iowa through a table. Final match, Iowa won due to interference from Don Callis, who hit Jaden with a metal pipe. Jaden Miller versus Someone Asked Me Iowa. Seen in the ring, RevolutionMania 10. The crowd is on its feet. The crowd is on its feet. Both men are exhausted, having gone through a grueling straight wrestling match and a brutal tables match early in the night. Jaden Miller is clutching his ribs, while Iowa has a visible welt on his forehead from the previous table spot. Joe Gotti says, this is a rubber match. A DQ in the first, a broken table in the second. These two have absolutely emptied the tank tonight. Dan Lambert says, Jaden Miller has proven he's more than just a suit, but Iowa is a desperate, dangerous man. Iowa lunges at a heavy lariat, but Jaden Miller ducks and hits a snap suplex. Jaden Miller climbs the turnbuckle, looking to end the era of Don Callis once and for all. He points at Callis, who is pacing nervously at ringside. Jaden Miller, it's over, Don. You're out. Jaden Miller jumps for a splash, but Don Callis suddenly leaps onto the apron, distracting the referee as the ref tries to push Callis back. Callis reaches into his jacket, get his double-breasted jacket, and pulls out a short, heavy metal pipe. Joe Gotti says, what is Callis doing? The ref is blinded. As Jaden Miller lands, Don Callis reaches through the ropes and swings the pipe with everything he has, striking Jaden Miller squarely in the back of the knee. Jaden Miller screams and collapses to the mat. Dan Lambert, says on commentary, a sickening sound. That pipe just shattered Jaden Miller's momentum. Iowa seeing the opening, crawls over Jaden Miller's body, body, and kicks him while he's down and punches him. Don Callis drops the pipe and jumps over the ring apron, acting innocent as the referee turns back to the action. Jaden is unconscious as the ref counts to 10. Referee, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ring announcer, and here's your winner and new NWS Hardcore Champion. Someone asked me Iowa. Don Callis slides in the ring, laughing maniacally. Laughing maniacally. Laughing maniacally. He grabs the metal pipe and raises Iowa's hand in victory, while Jaden Miller remains motionless on the canvas, clutching his leg. Don Callis, I won this show. I am the general manager. Did you really think a bureaucrat could take my job? Now, Don Callis had to interfere. Jaden Miller had the match won, and Don Callis interfered. It was a great match, but a disappointment that someone asked me Iowa is now a member of the board of directors, is now the new NWS Hardcore Champion. Suck it up, Michael Cole. Suck it up. Someone asked me Iowa won fair and square, Michael Cole. He won fair and square. Cheer up, Michael. Cheer up. You're going to love the Mischief Mikey era, which I'll talk about later. But anyway, congratulations to someone asked me Iowa on becoming a new NWS Hardcore Champion. And then in the office, Mischief Mikey. I'm cheering Iowa on and celebrating with Assistant General Manager Paul Heyman. And I say, Mischief Mikey says, yes, that's how to get things done. Iowa is a genius. He is the Walter White of the NWS. He plays it smart. Paul Heyman, I couldn't agree more, Mikey. This is what RevolutionMania is all about. Someone asked me, Iowa shows up, comes down with his new hardcore title. Thank you so much for the applause. I love it. I finally knocked out Jaden Miller, that goody two-shoes. And tonight, Mikey, you will defeat Scott Casey Gale and win the World Heavyweight Championship, which I did. Don Callis, oh, the night is young. This is going to be a Revolution Mania that will shock the world. Ha, 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 ha. You see, they call me the Invisible Hand for a reason. And tonight, they will find out why. And AMD did. Jaden Miller comes into Scott Casey Gale's office. Scott Casey Gale says, don't worry, son. You will get your revenge on Iowa and on Don Callis. I have an idea. Since Mikey relinquished both the NWS United States Championship and Intercontinental Championship, how would you like to compete in the Battle Royal, Jaden? In the Battle Royal, Jaden, just to stick it to Mikey and Iowa. And this is my brother. I would love to. Thank you, Dad. Jaden hugs Scott. You're welcome, son. Now go get him. You got this, Jaden. Don't I do a good impression of Scott Casey Gale? No, allow me to read this. NWS Director of Operations Jaden Miller won the Battle Royal to capture the NWS United States Championship and the NWS Intercontinental Championship. General Manager Don Callis was on commentary for this match. This was a Battle Royal for the NWS United States and Intercontinental Championship, which I relinquished, by the way. Jaden was fired up. All the Don Callis family members came out as Jaden waylaid into them, hitting them with the Minecraft slam. Then members of the Elite Blood Warriors came out and tried to eliminate Jaden, but he made quick work of them and eliminated them, then eliminated the Don Callis family. Jaden was on fire in this match as it was down to Jaden and Andrade El Idolo. As Andrade tried to eliminate Jaden, but Jaden dropped him with the Minecraft slam and tossed him over the top rope, eliminated him, and becoming the new NWS United States champion and Intercontinental champion. Don Callis then threw down his headset. Winner and new NWS United States champion, Intercontinental champion, NWS Director of Operations, Jaden Miller via elimination of his opponents. This was a good match. This was good. But at least Jaden has the United States title and Intercontinental title. So he should be happy with that. But Iowa, they say Jaden Miller is the king of hardcore. Not anymore. Iowa. Someone asked me, Iowa is the new king of hardcore. He's the general manager of hardcore. And he's going to prove that when he defends his hardcore title this coming Thursday on Revolution Impact. Michael Cole. Well, yeah. Well, yeah, but and Jaden Miller is going to defend his United States title and Intercontinental title this coming Friday on Revolution Impact. But anyway, congratulations to Jaden Miller. He lost the hardcore title, but won the United States title and Intercontinental title. So good luck did indeed come to Jaden Miller, and rightfully so. Now it's match number 5, NWS 2026 Money in the Bank ladder match. Rob McGovern with General Manager Don Callis and Assistant General Manager Paul Heyman defeated Jacob McGovern, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. In the ring, RevolutionMania 10. The arena is a sea of twisted metal. Four ladders are scattered around the ring. Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre are brawling on the outside, while Seth Rollins recovering from a massive frog splash off the top rope ladder by Logan Paul. Joe Garner says, bodies are everywhere. We've seen a stomp, a claymore, and a spear, but the briefcase is still hanging. Don Callis says, now Rob, the path is clear. Climb. Rob McGovern begins his ascent. Just as he reaches the middle rungs, his son, Jacob McGovern, slides into the ring, his face covered in sweat and blood. He grabs Rob's boot, pulling him down. Jacob McGovern, not like this, Dad. You don't need it. You don't need them. Do it on your own. Paul Heyman, Jacob, don't be a martyr for a lost cause. Step aside the greatness. Jacob ignores Heyman and starts climbing the other side. The father and son, heavy blows at the top ladder. Below them, CM Punk tries to tip the ladder, but Callis and Heyman grab the base, steadying it, especially for Rob. Dan Abbott on commentary says, the wise men in the invisible hand are literally holding up the future. They won't let Rob fall. Wow, good Lord. What do these power-hungry maniacs have planned next? How far will they go? And who will Rob McGovern cash on if he wins? Michael Cole say on commentary, the night has been insane and crazy. But anyway, congratulations to Rob McGovern. And then he delivers a desperation headbutt, staggering Jacob. Then he hits a family field neckbreaker from the top of the ladder, sending Jacob crashing through the bridging ladder below. The crowd gasps. Joe Garner and commented, Rob just sacrificed his own flesh and blood, his own son. With no one left to stop him, Rob McGovern reaches up and unhooks the Money in the Bank briefcase. He clutches it to his chest. The bell rings. Ring announcer, winner of the 2026 Money in the Bank ladder match, Rob McGovern. Callis and Heyman slide into the ring, flanking Rob. Heyman raises Bob's hand. Callis points mockingly at the fallen superstars surrounding them. Don Callis to the camera. The ultimate insurance policy has been signed. Behold the new face of NWS. So the question, it was a great ladder match, but who is Rob going to cash on? Is he going to cash on you, Mikey, or is he going to cash on on the new NWS Undisputed Champion? I don't know, Michael Cole. I don't know. I know he's not going to cash on me. He might cash on the new Undisputed Champion, Cody Rhodes. I don't know. But anyway, it was a great match, and congratulations to Rob McGovern. Then match number 6, Vinny Joe with NWS Director of Operations Jaden Miller defeated Ice Show Speed. That little punk Ice Show Speed. Anyway, RevolutionMania 10. It's Vinny Joe versus Ice Show Speed. The crowd is chanting Vinny, Vinny as Vinny Joe keeps Ice Show Speed grounded with technical wrist lock. Ice Show Speed is barking and frantically trying to find an opening. Joe Garney on commentary. Listen to this crowd. Vinny Joe has the entire NWS universe at the palm of his hand tonight. Dan Lambert on commentary. And look at Jaden Miller. He's recovered from that pipe attack earlier tonight. Just here to be for just to be here for Vinny Joe. That's leadership. Ice Show Speed suddenly backflips out of the hold and hits a lightning fast drop kick. He stands up and starts doing a celebrity dance, mocking the crowd. I actually like this side of I actually like seeing Ice Show Speed mock the crowd. Ice Show Speed, I'm the GOAT. You can't see me, Vinny. I'm way too fast. Speed goes for a high-flying smash, but Jaden Miller steps toward the apron, clapping his hands to rally the fans. The rhythmic clapping grows into a defending near distracting Speed, just long enough for him to mistime his jump. Michael Cohen commented that Jaden Miller effect is in full swing. Speed is losing his focus. Vinny Joe rolls out of the way, springs to his feet, and catches Ice Show Speed mid-air with a devastating Vinny Plex. Ooh, he doesn't let go. Then he drops Ice Show Speed with the Vinny Bomb. Roughly 1, 2, 3. The winner of the match, Vinny Joe. This was indeed a good back and forth match, and Vinny Joe won. Wow, what a RevolutionMania for Vinny Joe. Joe, I like this match. What do you think, Michael Cole? It was indeed a great match, and Vinny Joe shut Ice Show Speed up. And Dan Lambert commented, a massive win for the People's Champion Vinny Joe, and Jaden Miller just proved that respect and talent will always beat the hype. Joe Garney commented, but look at Speed. He's throwing a tantrum at ringside. This might not be the last we see of him. Well, he does have a contract with NWS Revolution, but he's throwing a temper tantrum. I mean, come on. And I say, Ice Show Speed is showing poor sportsmanship. Come on, Ice Show Speed. There's no crying in wrestling. Take the L, Ice Show Speed. Take the L. By the way, take the L means take the loss. Backstage, Iowa is showing off his newly won a hardcore title as the NWS roster tries to attack him due to the 24/7 rule. But Iowa sprays them in the faces with a fire extinguisher and pins them 1, 2, 3. The title is hardcore champion. Now, how about this, Mikey? How about you read the co-main event? Why, thank you, Michael Cole. It'll be my pleasure. Co-main event, NWS Undisputed Heavyweight Championship. The American Nightmare Cody Rhodes defeated NWS CEO Cody Mercer with Assistant General Manager Paul Heyman. NWS Revolution presents Final Reckoning. This was the final reckoning between Cody Mercer and Cody Rhodes. This was a Texas death match for the Undisputed Heavyweight Championship. Champion Cody Mercer, challenger Cody Rhodes. Intro. The arena is electric. The lights are red and white. A large jagged metal structure stands in the corner. The crowd is split. Announcer. The following contest is a Texas Death Match. It is for the NWS Undisputed Heavyweight Championship. There are no pinfalls. There are no disqualifications. The only way to win is to incapacitate your opponent for the count of 10, just like our last for the count of 10. Cody Mercer enters. The reigning ruthless champion walks out with the NWS Undisputed title over his shoulder. He looks confident. He looks down at his wrist tape. Cody Rhodes enters. The American Nightmare walks out looking intense. He's wearing a custom tailored suit that he whips off at the ramp. He's looking to reclaim his legacy. See, last at RevolutionMania 9, Cody Mercer defeated Cody Rhodes for the Undisputed Championship. So this was a good match. But anyway, the match. 002. The bell rings. It's an immediate brawl. Mercer charges, but Rhodes hits a drop kick. They immediately spill outside the ring. Rhodes slams Mercer's head into the steel steps. Mercer gains control by smashing a chair into Cody Rhodes' face. Mercer grabs the steel chain and starts choking Rhodes. He wraps it around the fist and hits a Mercer punch, then a Mercer stun and an attitude adjustment. He uses an attitude adjustment. The referee counts, but Cody Rhodes slowly gets up. The Elite Blood Warriors even try to help, but Cody Mercer tells them no because he wants to do this on his own. And that's at match 5. And then so Cody Mercer then hits a Superman punch and a spear. As the referee counts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Rhodes beats the count, barely pulling himself up by the ropes. Cody Mercer then at the 5:30 8 o'clock mark, the turn. Mercer brings the table into the ring. He tries the Mercer bomb Rhodes' foot, but Cody Rhodes counters with a back body drop. Cody Rhodes grabs the steel chair and lays into Mercer. At the 8 o'clock mark, second count, Rhodes hits the crossroads on the chair. Mercer is down. Cody Mercer and Cody Rhodes are beating the holy hell out of each other. Mercer desperately tries so many Mercer stunners. And Mercer and Superman punches and spears. And then at the 8 o'clock mark, once again, Cody Rhodes hits the crossroads on the steel chair. Mercer's down with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No! Mercer kicks his leg up at the last second. Wow, you gotta give Mercer credit. At the 8:30, 10 o'clock final sequence, Mercer, looking desperate, tries to hit Rhodes with the belt, but Cody Rhodes ducks. He tries to hit another spear, but Cody Rhodes moves. And then at the 10:50 mark, high crossroads. Rhodes hits a crossroads from the middle rope. At the 10:30 mark, the final count, Mercer's out cold as the referee says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bell rings. Announcer, ladies and gentlemen, here's your winner and the new NWS Undisputed Heavyweight Champion, Cody Rhodes. Wow, what a great back and forth match. I mean, Cody Mercer tried everything. He tried Mercer stunners, spears, jackhammers, but somehow, someway, Cody Rhodes won. I mean, last year Cody Mercer defeated Cody Rhodes for the Undisputed Champion. This year, Cody Rhodes defeated Mercer. Wow, but this indeed, Michael Cole, is the final battle between Cody Rhodes and Cody Mercer. And Cody Mercer didn't, even though he's still a heel, Cody Mercer did indeed not respect the Cody Rhodes. And then Rhodes is handed the NWS Undisputed Heavyweight Championship. He falls to his knees, clutching his belt, visibly exhausted from the grueling battle. He looks at the camera and says, "Legacy restored." He stands up, lifting the title high as the crowd erupts and cheers, while Mercer is attended to by officials in the background. And just Mercer is okay. Cody Mercer is okay. He was a little bit out of it, but he is okay. And he is gonna give an update on this condition this coming Thursday on Revolution Impact. But he does not need surgery, so he should be a-okay this coming Friday on Revolution Impact, which is gonna be my championship coronation. But anyway, great match. And then 2026 Money in the Bank winner Bob McGovern attacks Cody Rhodes with the briefcase and says, "I'm coming for you, Cody Rhodes, you clown. Soon, Cody, soon." What does that mean? Could Rob McGovern be the one to cash in on Cody Rhodes for the Undisputed Championship? We never know. Anything can happen here in the NWS Revolution. Michael Cole. Yes, I gotta say, congratulations to Cody Rhodes. It was a hard fought battle. What better way to end the feud than a Texas death match? Cody, like I said, Cody must have tried everything to retain. The Elite Blood Warriors and Don Callis family did try to come down, but Cody Mercer wanted to do this on his own. You gotta give him respect for that. I mean, and Paul Heyman did not get involved in the match because Cody Mercer did not want him interfering. But anyway, wait, what's next for Cody Mercer? What's next? And who's going to be Cody Rhodes' his first challenger for the NWS Undisputed Championship? And now it's the main event. NWS Board of Directors Chairman Mischief Mikey Miller with General Manager Don Callis defeated NWS Revolution Owner Chairman CEO Scott Casey Gale, also known as Scooter St. William, with Director of Operations J.D. Miller in his corner, to become the new NWS World Heavyweight Champion, 50% owner of NWS Revolution. Main event. Then, okay, Mikey, I know. I'll read it, Mikey. It says, participant Scott Casey Gale versus Mischief Mikey Miller. Special guest referee, Someone Ask Me Iowa, the new NWS Hardcore Champion. Seconds, Don Callis accompanies Mikey, and Jaden Miller accompanies Scooter St. William. NWS Arena Night, the main event. The arena is electric, filled with boos and cheers. Board of Directors Chairman Mischief Mikey Miller walks out with a smug grin, flanked by Don Callis. Following him is the special guest referee, Someone Ask Me Iowa, wearing a black and white striped shirt, walking with an arrogant swagger, and carrying his hardcore title. Scooter St. William and Director of Operations Jaden Miller. The crowd is on their feet. Special guest Paul Heyman is the special guest ring announcer. He says, "Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. It is for the NWS World Heavyweight Champion." Introducing first as the crowd boos heavily as Callis and Mr. Mikey Miller mock them. Then Paul Heyman says, "And introducing the champion, Scooter St. William." Iowa's the rep. Iowa pushes Scooter aggressively, checking his wrist, then ignoring Mikey entirely. I didn't get it. Why? Why does Iowa gotta check Scott's wrist? Scott doesn't have anything illegal. I mean, come on. Already Iowa was being shady at the opening bell, but my gosh. But then, yeah. Here, he's checking Scott's wrist and ignores Mikey entirely. Let's get this over with. The bell rings. Scooter and Mikey start off with a fast-paced lockup. Scooter grabs the advantage with a wrist lock, and Scooter and Mikey wrestle back and forth with move after move and submission after submission. Scott beats the hell out of Mikey, chops him in the chest, slams his head on all four turnbuckles. Don Callis at ringside. "That's illegal." Iowa, check the arm. Iowa immediately yells at Scooter, forcing him to break the hold, giving Mikey a free cheap shot. And as Mikey body slams Scooter, stomps on him, then gives him elbow strikes, locks him in a camel clutch. But Scooter refuses to submit. Scott Casey Gale Scooter bottoms Mikey, then Blue Thunder bombs him as Iowa counts, but Mikey kicks out at two and rakes Scooter in the eyes and low blows him. Iowa does not do anything about it and high fives Mikey. Mikey laughs and hits a stalling suplex. Mikey taunts his brother Jaden Miller. This match goes on for 51 minutes as Scooter and Mikey continue to wrestle back and forth. With DDT, scoop slams, Scooter spine busters Mikey. Late in the match, Scooter hits a huge tornado DDT on Mikey. Then both men are down. Scooter crawls over, gets up and RKO's Mikey as Iowa is walking incredibly slow. Mikey laughs and hits a standing suplex. Mikey taunts he's incredibly slow. 1-2. Iowa stops, grabs his knee, and acts like he's injured, stopping the count. What are you doing? Come, Scooter says. Scooter grabs Iowa by the shirt. Iowa pushes Scooter away and tries to DQ him, but Scooter stops himself. Final sequence, Scooter manages to hit the Scooter Williams special. Scooter manages to hit another RKO on Mischief Mikey as they're wrestling back and forth, trading blows. And in the end, Scooter manages to hit an RKO on Mikey. Scooter covers. Mr. Jaden Miller runs to the ring to make sure Iowa comes. Scooter sitting with him, counting. 1, 2. Don Callis slides the NWS heavyweight title into the ring. Iowa stops to come again to complain to Callis because act like he's complaining. It says Iowa stops to come again to complain to Callis, but actually he's letting Don Callis set up the scene. Scooter stands up, shocked. He turns into Mikey Miller, he turns to Mikey Miller, who hits him with the belt and drops Scooter with his own finisher, an RKO on the belt. Iowa instantly acting fully healed and laughing. 1, 2, 3. Paul Heyman says, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Iowa RKO Scott Fusegale on the belt, and Iowa counts 1, 2, 3. And then specialist ring him down to Paul Heyman says, "Here is your winner and new NWS World Heavyweight Champion and 50% owner of NWS Revolution, Mischief Mikey Miller." Scott Fusegale then shakes Mikey's hand and hugged him like he said he was going to. Mikey low blows Scott as he and Iowa double team him and beat him down some more. The camera cuts to the commentary. Joe Garley. And he says, and Joe Garley looks like he just witnessed a crime. Dan Lambert is visibly trembling with rage, while I, Michael Cole, have half my head set up, staring at the ring in disbelief. Joe Garley, voice cracking. "I have never, in all my years calling this sport, have seen a disgusting display of corruption. Scott Fusegale is lying there unconscious because of a brass plague, and a referee who shouldn't be allowed within 10 miles of a wrestling ring. Dan Lambert, this is exactly what's wrong with this business. You got a board of directors chairman now who's now a co-owner who thinks the rules don't apply to him, and a general manager in Callis who's a cancer to every locker room he enters. It's a travesty. Michael say Iowa didn't even look at the shoulders. He was cleaning his fingernails while Scooter had the match won. This is a RevolutionMania legacy, a school job." It was because Scott could have easily beat Mikey with the RKO, but no, thanks to Iowa's shady referee. And then suddenly Don Callis struts towards the table, gets on a mic, adjusting his tie, and wearing a smug, shock-like grin. He forcibly takes a headset from a terrified production assistant and sits down next to Cole. Don Callis, cool and collected. Gentlemen, settle down. Why all the long faces? You're looking at the greatest night in the history of the NWS. I say, Don, how can you sit there and say that? Mikey Miller cheated. Iowa cheated. You cheated. Don Kelly says, cheated? Cheated is such a pedestrian word, Michael. I prefer leveraged the situation. My Mikey, the NWS World Heavyweight Champion, being showed the world what true leadership looks like. He didn't just win; he executed a masterclass in corporate efficiency. And then Joe Gotti says, "Iowa was a biased referee from the opening bell." Don, he ignored a free count. Don Carlos, biased Joe. You're just jealous of that. Someone asked me Iowa. That you're just jealous of someone asked me Iowa. Don Carlos says that man is a visionary. He understood the prestige of of this title belongs with the board of directors, not some scooter who doesn't know his place in the food chain. Iowa's officiating was impeccable. Disciplined professional. Dan Abbott, you're a parasite, Carlos. You poisoned Mikey's mind. You poisoned the fans right. And then Don Carlos says, look at him, Dan. Look at the gold. Mikey Miller is the alpha and the omega of NWS. And thanks to my guidance in Iowa's Eagle Eyes, Eagle Eyes, the revolution is only just beginning. Get used to the view from the bottom, boys, because Mikey is at the top of the mountain, and I'm the only one holding the map. Paul Heyman gets on the mic. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mischief Mikey era. In the ring, Mikey Miller stands on the turnbuckle, hoisting the title over his head. Iowa stands beside him, pointing at Mikey and nodding. Don Callis stands up at the desk, giving them a standing ovation while the other three commentators sit in stunned silence. The invisible hand, Don Callis, still cackling on commentary, but the camera zooms in on Mr. Jaden Miller. He hears finally shaking off the cobwebs after being shoved into the post by Callis. Jaden looking at every bit of high level executive in a sharp chocolate gray Armani suit. Slides into the ring. His expensive silk tie is slightly loosened, and there's a scruff on his shoulder from the ring post, but the focus is entirely on the man in the canvas. Joe Gotti, look at Jaden Miller. He's the director of operations. He's a corporate man, but right now he's just a friend looking out for a man who got his heart whipped up. Jaden drops to one knee, ignoring the expensive fabric of his suit, pressing into the mat. He generally lifts Scooter St. William's head up the canvas, was popping him against his knee. Jaden Miller, I've got you, Scott. Breathe. Just breathe, man. Scott's eyes are glazed, a dark welt already forming on his forehead where the plague struck him. He tries to push himself up, his hands shaking, but his strength is gone. Scooter saying from Jaden, I had him. The count. Jaden Miller, I know. We all saw it. Everyone in the building saw it. He didn't just beat you. He stole it. Jaden grabs the towel from ringside medic, and wipes the sweat and trickle of blood from Scooter's face. He leans in closer, his expression shifting from concern to a cold professional fury as he looks towards the entrance ramp, where Mikey and Ira are still celebrating. Jaden Miller, this isn't over, Mikey. This isn't over. Mikey thinks the suit and Mikey thinks the suit and the Mikey thinks that suit and that title make him untouchable. He forgot who wants the day-to-day operations around that. As Jaden says, I'm gonna make his life a living hell for this. Jaden signals for the referees, the real ones, to help him. He he hooks he hooks Scooter's arm over his tailored shoulder, helping the former champion to his feet. Dan Lambert, that's $1 million suit he's wearing, and he's using it to carry a broken man to the back. That's leadership. That's something Mikey Miller will never understand. And as they limp towards the back, Jaden keeps a firm grip on Scooter's jersey, whispering words of encouragement while steering daggers at the chairman on stage. Mr. Mikey Miller stops at the top of the stage. The NWS World Heavyweight title just dropped from his belt. Mikey Miller stands up and bows to Jaden Miller. Jaden Miller bows back, and I do testing 1, 2, 3. I do apologize. We're having technical difficulties. Unfortunately, we're having technical difficulties, as I was saying. So let's see where it stopped at. Okay, so there's $1 million suit Jaden's wearing. He's using it to carry a broken man to the back. That's leadership, as Dan Abbott says. Something that Mikey Miller will never understand. As they limp towards the back, Jaden keeps a firm grip on Scooter's jersey, whispering words of encouragement while staring daggers at the chairman on the stage. Mr. Mikey Miller is the top of the stage, the MW's World Heavyweight title draped over his shoulder. He watches Jaden Miller struggle to keep Scooter up upright in the ring. Mikey leans over a over and snatches a microphone from a panicked stagehand. He looks down at Jaden with a look of pure aristocratic pity. Mikey Miller. Oh, look at that. A truly touching scene. The director of operations playing nursemaid in a $3,000 suit. It's poetic, Jaden. It really is. The crowd erupts. You sold up chance. Mikey just snaps, gesturing to the grid, gesturing to the grid. Mikey Miller, go ahead, Jaden. Cradle him. Hold Scott on your lap for now. Give him all the comfort he needs because he's gonna need a lot of it to get through the weekend. Again, Mikey takes a few steps towards the wrap, narrowing his eyes. Mikey Miller, because this Friday on RevolutionMania TV and RevolutionMania Impact, the honeymoon is over. You see, Scott didn't just lose a match tonight; he lost his leverage. Which put put a put a unity we signed. Put a unity the contract we signed. As of Friday, Scott Casey officially enters into a 50-50 ownership of the company with me. Joe Gotti, wait, what? 50-50? That means they're tethered together? Mikey Miller, that's right. He isn't going anywhere. He's my partner. He's my peer. But more importantly, Scott, you are my permanent shadow. Everywhere I go, you follow. Every decision I make, you watch. You'll be right there in the bedroom, staring at the man who cracked your skull and took your prize. Mikey leans in, his face turning cold. I'm gonna make you watch me be the greatest champion this industry has ever seen, and you're gonna help me from the party. See you Friday, partner. Mikey drops the mic with a thud and walks up. Don Callis, Paul Heyman, and I were following behind, cackling at the cons they left in the ring. Jaden grips Scott's shoulder tighter. His knuckles turning white. He looks down at the dazed Scooter, then back at the curtain with a look of grim determination. Michael Cole, a 50-50 ownership. That's not a partnership. That's a prison sentence. Joe Gold, I can't believe the NWS Board of Directors Chairman Mr. Mikey Miller is our new boss and co-owner. Scott has to share 50-50 ownership with him. And you're right, Michael. That is a prison sentence. Dan Abbott, this is an absolute travesty. Someone asked me I would Don Callis and Paul Heyman. I will celebrate with the new NWS World Heavyweight Champion, co-owner of NWS Revolution, Mischief Mikey Miller. As confetti is still falling, the pay-per-view goes up there. As I end up saying, this is the darkest day in NWS history. Good night, everyone. I would rate this RevolutionMania a solid 10 out of 10, 5 stars, 2 thumbs up, way up. But the way it ended, what about you, Mikey? Well, it's about time you let me talk, Michael Cole. I am the new NWS World Heavyweight Champion. I am the co-owner of the NWS Revolution, Michael Cole. And yeah, technical difficulties. You know who I blame for that? Scott Gale. He was trying to ruin this moment. But yeah, I am the new NWS World Heavyweight Champion. I am the new NWS co-owner. I am the board of directors chairman. The Mischief Mikey Miller era is here. Welcome to the Mischief Mikey era. This coming Friday is going to be a celebration, a coronation. And you are all invited to join me because this is going to be RevolutionMania 10 will go down in history as the greatest RevolutionMania of all time. And Friday night is going to be the greatest night of all time here in the NWS Revolution. 2026 is the year of Mischief Mikey Miller. I guaranteed everybody I would win the 2026 Revolution Rumble, and I did just that. And I guaranteed I would win the World Heavyweight title, and I did. So I would rate this, once again, I would rate this RevolutionMania 10 pay-per-view 5 stars, 2 thumbs up, way up, a solid 10 out of 10, and an 8 triple plus. Thank you for watching as me and Michael Cole will give you a Revolution Impact review this Friday. Woo! Woo! This is Mischief Mikey Miller signing off. I'm going to go celebrate my new N1 World Heavyweight title, 50% co-ownership. Take it away, Michael Cole. Good night, everybody. Yes, me and Mikey will do the Revolution Impact reveal this coming Friday on this channel. Well, Michael. Yeah, good night. We're going to do the reveal. I will see you this Friday on Revolution Impact. Good night, everybody, and thank you for watching. This is your NWS Head of Town Relations, Michael Cole, signing off. Good night, everybody. Something.